Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's Take 5. We're talking about breaking free from time constraints. Time is something we focus on a lot in operations, and I'm curious to know what is your number one time constraint. And I'm going to share with you 3 things I've observed that cause us to go off track when it comes to our time. First is context switching. It fascinates me how we plan our weeks and we work so hard to make sure everything is lined up so we can have our focus time, but there are interruptions that will happen and we're going to have to switch context. If we are observing those moments, we can actually predict where those interruptions are going to happen, likely. So what time of the month is it? Are there more requests coming in? Is there reporting happening? Things like that. If you are using AI tools for productivity, they will also do that observation for you and share things with you to give you some unbiased, objective viewpoint based on the tool that you use. So it'll let you know how much time you spent in meetings, when your most focused time was, when you had the most interruptions, and you can use that data to actually plan your future week. Why is this important? Because every time you context switch, even if it's a simple item you're working on, you're losing 23 minutes. And if there's more than one person involved in that interruption, that's the number of people times 23 minutes. If it's a simple little interruption, the more complex or the more detailed that interruption is, the time goes up. Another thing that I observed it causes time constraints is accepting moving deadlines. Every time a project pushes out, whether that's an internal project for your business or projects with your clients, you're losing 40% of your productivity, where you're stopping and starting with everyone in that process being halted at the same time. So why do deadlines move? Well, there are a few scenarios. One is our team is blocked and we're accepting blocks that for too long, we're not resolving those quickly, or we're putting the responsibility onto the client to get something to us and we're accepting them taking a long time. Now, we might not be able to speed up the client, but maybe we can redesign what we're doing, the way we're working, and put less pressure on the client and make it easier for them. If they're working with you, they are working with you because they want you to make their life easier, not harder. And so these are the things that operations is really key to improving, to understand how the team's working and how to boost productivity. If you go through those things and those are streamlined and you're still having time constraint challenges and your team saying, I don't have enough time, I can't seem to get to this, then you have to dive deeper on an individual level and see what's happening there. And if there is a volume of work issue or something else going on. You don't want to automatically hire for new people because your team seems to not have capacity without investigating and truly understanding why that's happening. Because you might be hiring for a short-term pain and not really realizing that if you streamline operations, you'd be able to have everyone working effectively with the team that you have. So make sure it's for scaling because the business is scaling when you hire, not to solve a constraint problem. And if there is a time constraint problem, dive into that and find the reason. If you do this, you'll boost productivity. Your team will be happier because no one likes interruptions or it taking longer than they thought. And you'll be able to have more time to take on new things that are high value for you as a company and actually focus on hiring if that's what you need to scale your business. So let me know in the comments, what is it that you want to break free from when it comes to time constraints? And I will be back next week to continue the conversation. Enjoy the